What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I already did a video going over the games, but like I had said, I did it basically at a glance at who I liked initially, and that hasn't changed. But I do know that there's a couple games I didn't go into, so I figured we'd go into them. So nothing's changed as far as the Knicks, Bucks, Magic, Bobcats. Hornets. In my opinion, Philly, Toronto, I still have all those same picks. I have the Lakers covering. But I did want to, and I feel even more strong in New Orleans. I don't know why. I just think this was the last playoff game, I believe. And again, they're pushing Alvarado as this thorn in the side of point guards. And I think it just makes sense that Phoenix doesn't destroy them. I think it's important. As you can see, they met in the first round, and they were a play-in team who wound up doing really, really well. So I don't know if they have Zion playing or not, but like I had said, it's really the guards that I like about this team, and the fact that they couldn't stop Ingram. I don't know if he's playing, but it was the fact that they couldn't stop McCollum. They couldn't stop Alvarado, Herb Jones. They were causing chaos. So I'm thinking that they pushed that narrative again to get Alvarado over as a top heel, if you will, just as a defensive player. The reason I like the Knicks so much, and again, I think I'm getting 7 with the Knicks, is because Chris Middleton's out. You just have Giannis, and if they're going to have them win this game, then they're basically saying that they're going to have the Bucks run through the East this year, because this is a game they should theoretically lose. And Drew Holiday is good. He's a good defensive player, but he's not. He takes bad shots. He isn't, in my opinion, a top player. I just think with Giannis, he plays very well. And this is, going by the narrative and whether it's real or fake. And on top of that, the Knicks have Mitchell Robinson has been just destroying it inside defensively. So I think it's going to be very difficult for them to explain Giannis just having his way on Mitchell Robinson and Randle. Those are two very good players. So you might get Brook Lopez going with the threes to explain some stuff away, but they're not going to be able to explain Giannis being able to, in my opinion, just easily have his way on these two very good defenders. And then you throw in the fact you have Brunson and you have R.J. Barrett and different players to match up against Holiday. It's a perfect opportunity. Chris Middleton's in a contract year, so to me, this is the perfect opportunity for them to say, this is why you need Middleton. You can't do it with Giannis. The Knicks, teams like the Knicks are going to be a matchup disaster for the Bucks without Giannis. So I took them on the money line, but of the games, the Knicks and the Suns, so the Knicks and the Pelicans, I wouldn't be surprised if those two were to just straight up upset. But of course, I'm always going to take the points. So a few I didn't cover. Like I said, I don't like just going into every one because some I really don't know on. I'm really on the middle. On the Cavaliers Celtics, it's an interesting one. I think this is going to be less about traps, more about narratives. And I think the narrative is they want Boston to look good, especially at home. So I like them on the money line. So what I would do here is I would take, because I'm not sure about the spread, but I do like the value here with Washington and Boston. So I'm not picking this game particularly myself, but for people that, a lot of people want to play every game. If I were to play this one, I would take a parlay. I'd money line Washington and Boston. I think it would pay plus odds because Washington, I think they're both getting like 5. So the odds should be plus. But yeah, those are the two teams. I would just do them on a money line. Again, I think Porzingis looks good this year. I think they make Beal look really good. And I think the Pacers can be spoilers, but I don't think tonight. Now, going into the one that I'll probably play this game if I need a second sequence. We have Houston and Portland, and I'm just going to stick with what I like. I like Portland here. And the reason being, they are only about 4 or 5 point favorites at home, which you might think is a trap. But again, it's about narratives. So Dame is not playing. So a lot of people are going to think the Blazers have only been doing good because of Dame, and they're going to take the Rockets. And another narrative is this isn't just Dame. This is Josh Hart. This is Shaedon Sharpe. This is especially Ant Simmons. These guys are coming in and going bonkers. So, not coming in, they're starting. But my point is, now Nasir Little will get some... Okay, I think Nasir Little will get some time. Now we're going to see the first, and this goes back to my first prediction of the year, for basketball at least. This goes back to Shaedon Sharpe. People were saying, he's not going to get the time. Well, guess what? Now you got Ant starting at point guard. You're probably going to have Shaedon starting at the 2 and Hart starting at the 3. So it's going to be very interesting. And at the least, he's getting 20-25 minutes. So this is a game at home where they're going to want to flex this guy. And I told you, he's amazing. So I think they flex him. I think they show that Simmons is not just a role player, but him and Dame are probably the 2 best guard combo in the game. And I feel strong here with the Blazers to cover. If you wanted to take the money line, I understand. But again, they don't need Dame to win this game. Of course, down the season, they're going to need him. But this is just going to explain, in my opinion, they might lose a couple games going forward, tougher games, and that might explain that. But I think the narrative is it proves the Blazers are deep as hell, and they don't need Dame every week to win, every game to win. Of course, it's great to have him, but they are playing very good team basketball, and again, they've been being pushed since the beginning. So that's who I like. I would take them as a second sequence if one of our first isn't to go through. But if you saw my last video, you know who I like. And just to go through everything, here's my sequences. As you can see, we have the Broncos coming up. That's going to be a big one. We do have the Phillies. They play tonight. I went with them straight up. And then we got Orlando +3, Lakers +8. But they're both second legs. We got the Knicks. And I'm sorry, that's flipped. Yeah, and I'm sorry, that's right. I had the Predators, but we already won that one. Okay, sequence 91, we won. We actually did pretty good with hockey doing the puck line. And then our open ones, we got Knicks, Sixers, Pelicans, and most likely going to be Portland. So I'll post like a live update if I wind up locking in Portland, which I probably will. But I just wanted to touch on everything, explain why I like these picks so much, and go into Portland in Boston for the people that wanted to know about that game. Take care and happy earnings.